Hello and welcome to Box Free with Stephanie. Today I want to show you how to make some basic foods with simple ingredients from scratch. And I hope you discover cooking box free is fast and delicious. So let's cook together. Today we're going to make peanut butter granola because it is really a different texture than like honey granola or like regular granola. And this is like my daughter's favorite breakfast food that I make for her quite often. So I am going to make peanut butter granola. And I just put a 1/4 cup in there because I'm now going to put, that was a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Now I need a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. And I heat that up on my stove because, hang on, I don't have the right gear. Because I want my coconut oil to melt. It's too hard right now. It's like rock hard because it's not over 74 in my house. And coconut oil has to be 74 degrees in order to be liquid form. So you just scoop out a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, about like that. It doesn't have to be like perfect. I always tend to go over in my granola because I figure it's just gonna make it crispier, even though this peanut butter granola like never gets crispy. It's really funky. It's a very soft granola. Some people don't really even like granola because it is like so hard kind of, and sometimes hard to chew almost, you know. But this peanut butter granola is quite soft. So if you don't like hard, I am gonna make a mess. If you don't like hard granola, try this recipe because it's a very soft granola. Okay, so that is now 1/3 cup of peanut butter, which I probably wouldn't have to put in here. But for some reason, I just feel better about getting my granola warmed up and really soft and fluid so that it blends in really well to my oats. And I do make this quite a bit, and so I really feel like it is nicer when my peanut butter is really almost in a liquid state. Because, you know, peanut butter is pretty gloppy, and so if I was just to throw this in here and then try to stir my oats into my peanut butter, which is a big part of getting your granola done, is getting all your oats covered, I just feel like it doesn't work as well. So I always just heat mine up, and it's not like I get it boiling hot. You don't really want it like crazy hot. You just need it really hot enough to melt your coconut oil, and then get your peanut butter to be, you know, a little bit less thick, I guess. So, okay, so while that's cooking there, I think I'll just leave that in there. I've got my little manual food processor. I'm going to do 1 cup of peanuts. I do unsalted just because that's what I have in my house all the time. Oh, well, there we go. That's 1 cup. Okay, so that's what I am putting in my recipe. If you have salted or lightly salted, I'm sure that'd be fine. This is really loud. You don't really want the like dry, what are they called? Dry roasted with all those ingredients and stuff. It's like a coating on it. I wouldn't want that, but I guess you could try it, see if you like it. Okay, so that's not, I like these pretty much chopped. I don't want like a whole peanut. Oh, what is going on here? Uh-oh. We've got a malfunction on the manual food processor. Let's see what's happening. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is crazy. Maybe it just broke, I think. I don't know. Okay, well that's what happens. I've had this for like 15 years and I like hammer it down. As you can see, hammered a little too hard. So we are just gonna go to plan B. Like it's no big deal, right? That really is a bummer that my little thing broke. But you know, these plastic gadgets, they just get brittle and hard. They've lasted a long time, but okay, now you can see how beautifully like smooth this is. Now this is going to like blend in with my oats much better. So I'm going to turn this off and just let it heat because I still have a chunk of oil. So I need that to go. And now I got some chopping to do, so I got time, I guess is what I'm saying. So that's kind of crazy. You guys saw it all happen. The last use of my manual food processor. And the funny thing is, maybe this will be faster and easier. Oh, I bet my dogs are going to come around and my peanuts are going to go flying. We'll see. I always thought that this would take so long because the peanuts would be flying all over, but I think it's probably faster than my gadget, which is why I really do a lot of chopping by hand. So by the time you get your food processor out, throw your stuff in, use your food processor, then clean it up, like you could just have chopped everything by hand. But some things it's really important. Like when I make regular granola and I want my almonds chopped up, those are just really hard. And I want them really fine. So those I always do in my food processor. And I'm calling this good enough for me. So you just chop them to your size, your desired size. And then we're going to throw these in our bowl very carefully. Okay. All right. So now, oh my gosh, I've got this half. Whoopsie, hang on. Okay, I thought that seemed pretty quick for a whole cup. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I've got a whole cup. Okay. That makes way more sense. And my oil is almost melted, but not quite. Okay, well, here we go again. That's why it went so fast, because I was only chopping about 1/3 of a cup. And of course, you don't want to chop your fingers. I'm really just holding my hand here to make sure that if any go flying down to the floor, I might catch them before my dogs catch them. But I'm doing pretty good. So this isn't bad. But it is taking longer than I thought. Not bad. And it feels fun to chop these things up. It's like that lawn mowing where you get that like instant gratification, right? You just see the peanuts get cut in half. Okay, I should be talking about granola, not chopping. But I also make my granola with very few things in the actual oat mixture. So like if you wanted to make this and it's not sweet enough for you, like when you go to eat it, just throw in like mini chocolate chips or something, because eating homemade granola, even with chocolate chips added to it, is still going to be healthier and I'm sure less sugar than if you were to buy or eat like regular cereal. Like, you know, they have all those chocolate cereals, you know, not like Cocoa Puffs or whatever, but like, I don't know, you know, like Special K has a chocolate cereal with the chocolate pieces or something. Anyway, my point is, if you make your own granola and then add a bunch of raisins or chocolate chips or whatever you want to like sweeten it up, you're still going to be way ahead of the game and much healthier than eating store-bought cereal. Okay, but that's enough of my lecture. Okay, so I'm doing a teaspoon of salt, which I definitely do want a nice teaspoon today. So I did 1 cup of peanuts. Now I need to do my 3 cups of oats, and I'm really low. I'm really hoping I got pretty close to 3 cups, because if I don't, we're just going to go for it. Okay, so there's 2. Let's see. Oh boy. Whew. Okay. Emptied out my peanuts, emptied out my oatmeal. Oh, and you have to have, well, I think you have to have old-fashioned oats, because I feel like if you use the quick cook or whatever, I don't know, they're just so little, and I feel like they would get maybe chewed up in the stirring process, and then they wouldn't. I guess if you like that itty-bitty feeling, you don't want this big texture of a old-fashioned oat, then try it, because I think I'm talking out of my head. I don't think I've ever actually made granola with these small pieces of oatmeal. So I really don't even know what I'm talking about, because I've never done it. But I think that it is, oh shoot, I was going to let this cool for a little bit. I think it's better with the full oat, but that's just my opinion. All right, so let me just start at the beginning, make sure I did everything. 3 cups of oats, 1 cup of peanuts, 1/3 cup of peanut butter, 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, which I've got here, and my 1 teaspoon of salt. So my vanilla is supposed to be added, of course, after my stuff's been on the stove, because, you know, vanilla is like an alcohol extract, so you don't want it to all burn off. But I'm just gonna do 1/2 teaspoon now, and I'm not gonna really wait. And I don't usually wait. Actually, when I'm making my regular granola with my honey, I about half the time forget my extracts because I do a little almond and vanilla, and like whatever, it tastes fine. But I forget because I want to add them at the end, and then I forget by then. I moved on to the next thing. Forget all about my extracts sitting out on my counter. Okay, so now it's just a matter of stirring really well, because you want all your little oat pieces to be covered in the sauce, which is basically the oil and the peanut butter. And that's why I say you can't really overdo it on the oil, the coconut oil. Because that, like in the honey oatmeal, or honey granola I'll call it, that is what gives it that nice crunch. But for some reason, I have like baked my peanut butter granola for a long time, and it just, not like an hour, but like, you know, 35, 40 minutes, and it never gets crunchy. So I think the peanut butter just keeps all the oats soft enough, because my other honey stuff gets really nice and crispy. All right, so this is pretty good. I just like to stir it a good long time to feel like every piece is coated in beautiful peanut butter. So yeah, you can add, once you've got this like cooled off, you can add whatever you want to it. If you want to add more peanuts, then like, again, I think chocolate chips, I've never done it, but I think chocolate chips would be pretty good. But whatever. I usually actually eat this with yogurt or just milk or whatever, but you could do, you know, fancy parfaits with bananas or dried bananas, whatever. Okay, so I'm thinking that's good. So now I feel like every piece is coated. And I always bake mine on stoneware for some reason versus my metal pans. I just like that better. Okay, so I gotta get my stuff off of here, every little bit of my yummy peanut butter stuff. Okay, then I'm just gonna spread it out, and then I'm gonna bake it, and that's about it. So it's pretty easy, and I actually usually always double my recipe because this is like, I don't know, a week's worth of somebody's breakfast. And when I make it, I do double it, and I use the same pan, and it is like up to the top kind of, and that's fine. It works out just fine and dandy. So this is like the single batch. So if you double, it'll be full, and that's okay. You just do everything the same. So my oven is preheated to 350. So I am gonna throw this in, and then I'm gonna come back in 20 minutes. I'm gonna stir it, and then I'm going to let it go 5 more minutes, and it's gonna look pretty much the same, and then we're gonna take it out. So I'll probably be back in 25 minutes. I am back, and my granola has baked for 25 minutes, and it's really not golden the way the honey granola gets golden, but you just have to trust that it's done and it's ready, because it is. And it's very soft, and it smells really good and peanutty. So I'm not going to eat it because I make this all the time, and I know this recipe is delicious, and I've never eaten it hot like this, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I could try it, but so anyway, then you could just store this in a container and then add whatever you want. If you want to add chopped bananas or chocolate chips or just milk, yogurt, whatever you need to make it delicious, blueberries, I don't know, whatever you can think of. So this is it. Granola, peanut butter granola. That's hot. Too hot to eat. Okay. Thank you very much for watching Box Free with Stephanie. I hope you like this show, and I hope you try peanut butter granola for something a little bit different. And thank you for watching the show. I appreciate your time. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.